Hey everyone. So our group is called the Seneca Stallions. The school that we based our project off of is Seneca Middle School. And so our team is consists of Kurt Brandon, who is our geography, Jason Brooks is math, I'm Rachel Bryant, I'm English, Olivia Ashley is science, and Alexis King is social studies. The grade we have for this is 7th grade. The team colors we have are silver and gold, and our mascot is the Stallions, and our motto is racing towards success. So our game plan is to create a safe haven out of every classroom, to have constant communication with students and parents, which I'll talk about later in our parent contact plan, and ensure the creation of meaningful learning through connecting all subjects and ensuring the best possible education for each and every student. So the curriculum for this lesson, we chose to base our lesson on King Henry VIII. And so to connect it all for science, we had biology, so we were studying students will study genetics and hereditary. And so we connected that because the main reason King Henry killed his wives was because he felt it was their fault that the women were not producing male heir. So we'll just talk about genetics and how all of that works and interconnects. The history is obviously going to be an easy connection. So we're going to study King Henry VIII's many contributions to both his kingdom, his influence on the other kingdoms, how he altered England. Geography students will study modern human migration, math, ratios, and proportions. So King Henry VIII's wives and children's, they will apply the proportions to possibly calculating like the probability of surviving a marriage with King Henry VIII, things like that, the ratios of survival rates, deaths, things like that. English, so I'm basing it off inquiry-based literacy. So students are going to learn about King Henry VIII through multimodal media sources. So we're going to watch a movie, we're going to read poems, first-hand sources that he wrote, love letters. We're going to analyze how all of these different mediums affects the message, how effective messages are, and different things like that. So the assessment, we're all going to have pretty similar assessments. So the assessments are obviously going to tell us how well students are responding to our instruction methods, and we're going to want to create meaningful learning for each of our students. So meaningful learning is creating opportunities for enrichment in our students' academic lives. So the primary means that we're going to assess students are bell ringers, exit slips, end of unit chapter tests. I plan to assign 3 major essays. I believe history was assigning 1 or 2. So just wrap it all together and make sure at each step of the way that students are learning what we want them to learn, and then at the end make sure that they've covered all of our curriculum, everything that we wanted them to learn. So parent contact plan, we wanted to have a lot of contact with parents, especially since this is not a long-standing tradition, team work with all these teachers. So we figured a lot of the parents would have questions. So we are going to have weekly newsletters that we just email to the parents. We're going to have ongoing emails, Remind 101, just a lot of communication, a lot of updates, and we want to make sure that parents know they are always welcome to contact us with any questions, as well as students. And so primarily we're going to do this to resolve an issue, share positive notes, because we don't want to just share negative things with them. We want to make sure that they know their students are learning and they are in a good environment. And also to answer any questions, but also just to check in anything that the parent wants. So our advising plan, we're calling it Club 1. What is it? We're going to have advisors that are teachers and peers, and 14 students are going to be assigned to one advisor. And our main goal is to promote academic excellence and overall well-being, and we're going to have it every Friday for 40 minutes. So we wanted to make sure that students were able to get that bond with the teacher, so they at least have that close relationship with one that they can go to with questions, open up to them, just any sort of tutoring, anything like that, so they feel more comfortable in school. But we also wanted to push for student-peer relationships, because that is also going to make the school a much better environment for students and give some of that support that teachers can't always give students. So our culminating activity is we will be splitting our students into teams based on the Club 1 advisor, and students will create a team name and color to represent themselves on the day of the activity. Students will gather clues by answering questions or participating in an activity related to King Henry VIII, and each subject's integration of King Henry VIII will be represented through the questions and activities, and students must complete the activity or question before moving on to the next clue. And the team that completes the questions and activities first will be rewarded with a pass. This could be a homework pass, first and lunch line, extra recess, etc. So, yeah, so we just wanted to make sure that every single subject was connected so that there was a lot of meaningful learning going on, and we felt that the things most important to our team personally were communication with students and making sure that everyone got that each and every student gets the best possible education in every classroom possible. Thank you.